Bengaluru, I mean, has become for the world the IT capital of India. So when we look at the budget, we always look at that from that point of view when we come to you. But there must be more to it, of course. Let's look at the innovation aspect. The finance minister said that innovation is the foundation of development. She quoted the Prime Minister saying, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anushandhan. Yes. So in this context, what is Bengaluru looking at from the budget?
Well, Mark, the industry in Bangalore is jubilant about this budget, and they say this is a budget of confidence. You know, the government has already drawn out a larger blueprint for development, for taking India towards achieving development, and also India is emerging as a global south. Now, if you were to look at this budget from the perspective of G20 countries, this budget has all the agendas that were there in the G20: infrastructure growth, tourism, women-led development, and solar energy, zero emissions. All these factors are incorporated in this budget. So this budget is leading India towards a more stronger, more vocal global voice of global south. And this is where Bangalore and Karnataka is rejoicing about the budget. The fact that there is 1 lakh crore funds set aside for innovations. Now Bangalore is the hub for innovations, hub for research. Bangalore has IISc and several other innovation organizations. So let me take you to a brief comment from the Vice President of FKCCI, Mr. Balakrishna. How do you look at this budget? Because Bangalore is seen as one of the innovation capitals. So if the industry is to look at this, how do you assess this?
It's an excellent budget, I would say. I mean, you are talking about the innovation. So now the government, what they are giving out 1 lakh crore as a corpus fund for a 50 years interest-free loan for developing the innovation and research, especially on the defense equipment manufacturing, which is an excellent move, because when government is encouraging to develop the defense equipments to manufacture indigenously, I think it's an excellent move what government has done. And overall on this budget, covering the research, the solar and the household, they are trying to connect almost 1 crore of houses with the solar energy, where the excess power will be taken back by the government. And of course, annually a house will gain between 15 to 18,000 rupees annually. It's an excellent move. And you were talking about...
There are no false promise, you said.
They have not done any false promises. We were hoping that they would commit something, because the election as a popularity taking up for between an election. But of course, government looks like they have a total confidence of the public that they would support them. They said that they would come back to us after the election on the various other commitments, and this is not the platform for them to commit for the because of the election.
So this budget has no false promises, and as the industry is saying that it shows the confidence of the government that the full-fledged budget will take up this agenda once the new government is formed. But for Bangalore, startup is one one area where the startups were looking forward to this kind of encouragement, and the setting up of the corpus fund for innovations has given a big boost to aerospace, to defense sector, and all the startups that are growing in Bangalore as such.
Aisha, also with regards to research and development, the Prime Minister in his interim budget comment made a mention about how the focus is on R&D. How does especially ISRO look at this particular announcement when it comes to the focus now shifting primarily to R&D on a large scale?
Well, absolutely. Aviation and aerospace is the top priority for this government. And recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Bangalore at the inauguration of Boeing's largest campus outside US. And this proved the fact that the government is interested in giving a push to innovations in aviation and aerospace sector as such. So as far as space is concerned, space industry, now space industry is driven around the success of Chandrayaan and Aditya L1. So therefore, this budget talks about the fact that the ecosystem for these larger projects of ISRO and the privatization of space sector will get a boost, because the ecosystem, the small suppliers, the vendors who are working towards supply chain for the space industry will benefit hugely from this budget. What do you think? The space industry and the ecosystem here in Bangalore will have a lot to benefit from this innovation fund.
Yes, true, but because even that, what you're talking about, the infrastructure, creation of the infrastructure, they have created a good infrastructure, railway corridor they've created, port connectivity they've done, and even the airport facilities what they have created. It leads to a good connectivity. What government has taken up this particular initiative on doing it in this particular budget.
Right. So Anil, this is actually a step towards Atmanirbhar, a step towards Make in India and Make for a global world. And this is where Prime Minister has again and again stressed upon the fact that this will position India towards the Amrit Kal and towards positioning India the best self-reliant country. So as I started saying that India is emerging as the voice of global South. So this budget emerges, with the voice of Global South, wherein we see stress being laid upon women development, infrastructure, research, and tourism, wherein young youth will benefit by turning the young generation, will not just be job seekers, but they will be job generators. So this is the focus of this budget, and as the industry said, there is no false promises in this budget, and people would wish to wait and see, how once the elections are complete, the process is completed, how this budget will get a full-fledged framework to be implemented.
Okay, we leave it there. Thank you very much, Aisha Khanam, for joining us from Bengaluru, telling us about the voice from the south of India.